This is 7 cards for 7 days, and I'm reading starting with July 18th. That's a Monday. And our first card, I'm using the Crow deck, is the Three of Cups. And I like this depiction in the Crow deck of this card because you have these crows that are very lacking in self-consciousness. They're completely absorbed in what they're doing. They're enjoying their libations or whatever's in those cups. They're having a good time with it. Um, Often this can refer to 3 women. It could be 3 women friends or 3 women relatives, 3 women of some sort, the triple goddess, things like that. It's a happy card. It's good vibes. Cups are emotional. So hopefully tomorrow is a harmonious day that feels good, flows freely for you. Gets a little harder on Tuesday. And we have the Nine of Swords for that. In the Thoth deck, this is called Cruelty. And it, at least I think of it, and I believe I've read this before, refers to self-cruelty. So kind of like picking on the self, all those sharp thoughts about what I should have done, what I could have done, what I could have said, or I shouldn't have said, things like that. So, the best way to try to use it, I think, is a good self-examination. Maybe write down a list of things that are bugging you. But it's not good to pick on the self. There's all too much encouragement to do that already. And, we're trying to raise our own consciousness, be more aware of the way that we treat ourselves, because how we treat ourselves, is really the basis of how we treat everyone else in our lives. So, nines also are interesting numbers in the sense that they disappear in a way. Like you add 9 to a number and you get the same number. To me, that's always been magic. So is there a way that we can disappear that negative energy and turn it into something more useful? I mean, it's connected to the Hermit card, for instance, which we'll talk about soon. Is there some kind of inner reflection that you can do to say, well, yeah, okay, maybe some of these things are bugging me, but really, why am I picking on myself? Maybe I just need some more alone time? Could be something like that. When we get to Wednesday, we start with the Hangman. And what I started to say is we start with the majors. We have quite a few majors in this reading, and this is the first one. So Wednesday, the Hangman. And you can see it's a crow hanging upside down. And I think looking rather serene. I like the expression on the face of this crow. It's hard for you guys to see, but it just looks like, okay, I'm here, I'm in suspension. And of course, to me, it relates to being upside down as in like a headstand or handstand, somehow changing your perspective. Seeing things in a new way. I mean, literally, the blood rushes to the head when we are upside down. And, physiologically, that makes changes. And, of course, the belief is that that also makes changes in how we perceive the world. So, one of my favorite descriptions of this card is someone who wants to turn their feet toward the heavens, to be grounded in the spiritual and not so much in the earthly. So looks like Wednesday could be a very good day to try to turn, a situation upside down. At least the way that you see something. Maybe literally you can turn yourself upside down and really try to see things from hopefully a higher perspective. One where you feel like you are secure in your spirit self, and that can help you maybe perceive your circumstances or those people around you with greater generosity and confidence. When we get to Thursday, we have another major, and this time it is the Hermit. So another nine. And when we had the Nine of Swords before, of course, that's a minor, and I should have mentioned that. The minors go faster. When I say that, I mean that the energy moves through more quickly. The majors tend to stick around a little bit longer. They dig deeper, I think. They reflect archetypal patterns in our lives. So, when we get to Thursday, it could be a good day to really give yourself a mini retreat. Maybe to back away from a particular situation, to try to see it with your inner eyes, maybe your third eye, and rather than just the eyes that see outwardly. Maybe you think about what you are projecting. Maybe you want to be alone with a favorite person, something like that. Somebody that you can be yourself with and maybe not even talk to, but somehow nurturing that need to go inward and to make connection with your wisdom self. That's what the Hermit is about. It isn't just going away and ignoring everyone. It's going away for the purpose of getting greater connection to the spirit world, to the higher dimensions, to your inner self, bringing new things forth perhaps in that quiet time. By Friday, we have strength. And this is number 8 in the majors. And this one is about, I think, making peace with your inner beasts. I don't want to call them demons. I think it's, we can think about it as a shadow self, getting in touch with shadow self. What are parts of ourselves that we have perhaps suppressed because we did not approve of them. We learned somewhere along the way in our soul's journey not to approve of those parts of ourselves, but they are valuable parts, or they wouldn't be there. We need to understand them to find the gift that is in those shadow parts of the self. And the Strength card helps us do that. It gives us that energy to do it. I mean, the 8, I've seen described as balanced reciprocity. You turn it on its side, it looks like the infinity sign. And energy is flowing, freely back and forth. So, it could be a kind of thing where you say, hey, am I being treated fairly in this situation? Is there, balanced reciprocity here? Is there more giving than receiving, or more receiving than giving? What's happening with yourself or situations you're involved with? Could be work, home, whatever. But on Friday, end of the work week perhaps, take a look at that. What gives you strength? What takes your energy? And what are parts of yourself that you might now be ready to claim? When we get to Saturday, we have a royal card, and in this case, it's the Page of Swords. So pages can be messengers, bringing in a new energy. Swords are mental, so this card could bring new thoughts, new ideas, new mental energy generally. Sometimes it can be perceived as stirring things up, like getting rid of a kind of moodiness that no longer serves you. You're finished with it for the moment. It needs to move on. So, Saturday is maybe a good day for this, like stirring things up, doing your errands, whatever that day entails for you. There could be, again, a kind of mental energy that has a feminine aspect to it, because the pages generally are seen as feminine energy. This is not talking about gender in any way, just about energies. And maybe there can be a fresh wind, coming in near the end of this week, that helps you get to some things that you've been putting off. And then for Sunday, we have the Hierophant. To me, great card for a Sunday. It is a card that has, connotations of legal issues, could be religious. I mean, I prefer spiritual. Looking to your inner guidance, and it has a masculine, somewhat masculine feel to it, though. To me, Hierophants, I think about, sometimes like some decks will have a crone instead of a hermit, so you get a little bit more of the feminine aspect of that. But, often the Hierophant will be in robes, and, robes definitely cross those boundaries in that masculine, feminine kind of energy world. Also connected to this card is the idea that we don't have to have an intermediary between us and Source. That was sort of the old thinking, I need to find my priest, I need to find my rabbi, I need to find my guru, whatever it was, that connection. And now I think the energy has so changed on the planet, and we're all working, I believe, toward this connection with our own guides who are part of, Source for us. They connect us to that. They help us see clearly. So I think the Hierophant is that kind of an energy. It's 5. 5 is the number of the human. So to me, that makes some sense too. 4 is Earth. We're humans on the Earth. When we get to that 5 place, we have 5 senses, we have 5 fingers, we have 5 toes, that there is a way that we reach out, we connect with those invisible forces, which of course, in many ways reside within. So, a lot of strong energy this week, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we've got 4 major cards. That's quite a few out of 7. So some big energies to deal with. We start off with that lovely Monday, Moon Day, with the nice, creative, friendly, open 3 of Cups, kind of dreamy too. And then go into that more challenging, and hopefully you got some ideas, some tips on how you might manage that energy, which can be a little self-cruel. And then into the suspension of Wednesday, and really trying to flip the view, the perspective, and be more in touch with your spirit nature. Taking a retreat, perhaps by yourself or with someone you can be completely yourself with on Thursday in that hermit energy, and hopefully recharging some batteries. By Friday, ready to look into the shadow and pull up some kind of a goodie for yourself, a boon, something that's been waiting there for you to notice. By Saturday, stirring up the energy, getting a new thought, a new way of perhaps doing something, getting rid of some old stale energy or ideas, and then again back to our Hierophant to end on Sunday with hopefully a very real inner peace, connecting to inner guidance, and feeling like you belong. You have been invited here. You are an important part of the world, just as everyone else is. So again, hope that helps you in some way, gives you a little heads up on what might be coming energetically for us this week. And remember, we're all in this together. It will have a different flavor, of course, for each person. Take what resonates for you, leave the rest behind. And please consider sharing, liking, subscribing.